You are listening to I'm Refocused podcast with your host, Shemaya Reed. This podcast is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. Now, let's tune into today's podcast.
Hey, this is I Am Refocused podcast. We are here once again with another episode for you today. Man, we're going to be talking to a music artist that's hosting a event coming pretty soon to San Antonio, June 22nd. And her name is Pamela Ratliff. I want to say hello, and how are you?
I am great. I'm glad to be here. It's a good day. It's been a good week, and next weekend it's going to be even better.
Awesome, man. So we have a event coming soon, June 22nd at Faith Community San Antonio. So, man, drop us the exclusive, man. Tell us a little bit about this event.
So the event is called Worshipers United, and God gave me a vision to, I'm not a promoter, but it's almost similar to that, but we have 8, including myself, 8 independent artists coming together next weekend to release some music to a different city that may not know about us, have never heard about us, or heard our music before. It's giving all of us a platform that we don't have to pay for, a platform that we don't have to scheme and scam to get through to. And so what we're doing is we're just coming together. A lot of these artists don't even know each other, but we're coming together and sharing our new music with a different area, like I said, that may not have ever heard about us. And so we're just promoting our music without a label, without major backing. And so we're just getting exposure that we wouldn't get if we just stayed in our local cities.
That's nice, man. So when it comes to building this type of network community, how is that so important, especially in the gospel industry?
It's important because, everybody, is out for themselves. I'm climbing the ladder by myself. I'm not taking anybody with me. Mm-hmm. And so, I'm a new artist on the scene. And so I like to take people with me. I like to share my knowledge on the music industry. I've seen things, and I've seen, how a lot of promoters and artists and showcase, they like to, get over on the new artists. And so I like to share what I know with them and allow them to make connections with other people, with other radio hosts, with other artists. We glean and we learn from each other, and we rise together. And so, I support you, you support me. It's a love relationship, the way that God intended for us to work together, especially in gospel. And so it's important for us to stick together and share our knowledge instead of being stingy and learn to grow, like I said, with one another. And
the event itself starts at 5 o'clock, but at 3:30 you have something going on special for these artists. Tell the audience a little bit about that.
I do. We're gonna actually bump the time up to 2 o'clock.
Okay.
From 2 to 3:30 or 4, depending on how long it's going to be. But what we're going to do is it's an artist hour, and so what we're doing is bringing a few radio hosts in, including yourself, radio personalities, podcast hosts, to come and share their knowledge on the music industry from a different perspective, from a radio promoter perspective. And so we can learn from you guys and learn what you guys are looking for when we share our music with you guys, what you guys have seen personally in the music industry. So it's a learning time for us to learn and glean from you guys. And so I just want them to know that somebody's out there looking for them. Somebody's out there looking for new talent, looking for new spirits, good people. And so I just want them to not feel like they have to always do everything alone, and because they don't. And so there's connections out there, and the connections are important with radio hosts, especially if you want them to play your music. So, that's how you get yourself out there. You meet new people.
No, that's it, man. I'm looking forward to that. Yes, I will definitely be there to drop some knowledge. And I mean, really, it's all about networking. I mean, if you're not networking, then you're going to run in circles pretty fast, because it's all about that one person that can open opportunity that you never knew existed. And that's really all it is. And in the broadcasting world, is really just about just push yourself out there. I mean, it's a lot of times where you can second guess yourself and say, you know what, nah, I'm going to just try to get signed, or I'm going to just try to get a manager. No, we live in a world where you simply can put stuff on YouTube, you can put stuff on Instagram, Facebook, and people are going to be watching. And when it comes to getting your interviews, all that, it's simply as just being hungry. As long as you're hungry, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So no, I'm really looking forward, because I'm looking forward to answering questions any artist may have, as far as how do you try to get your interview? How do you approach to find opportunities to just get on a show? I mean, it's not as hard as it seems, because it's once you get a show, like, for instance, this is a perfect example. We are talking to you, Pamela Ratliff, promoting this event, so you have a show underneath your belt already that you can put on your little portfolio. And I look forward to talking to the artists to really get them in that mindset, because that's all it is, man. You get in that groove, that mindset, everything starts falling into place. So back to this event, man. I don't want to get off track here. So June 22nd, Faith Community, San Antonio, Worshipers United. I like that word, united, because that's very important, especially in today's temperature and today's times, if you will. Unity is not really often seen. So how important is it for you to see artists to come together and just be each other's motivator and supporter, man?
It's very important, because, you know, like you said about networking, you know, what I don't know, somebody else may know. They may have seen it somewhere else. They may have learned it somewhere else. And it's important for us to stick together. And, you know, we're not in competition. You know, we're unified in the body. And so, you know, once we can do that, we can move mountains. And so, you know, the things that we sing about, you know, if we don't exemplify that, you know, on a personal level with somebody else, you know, the love of God that we sing about, the fellowship of Christ that we sing about, we don't exemplify, make that known personally, then we're like you said, just running in circles. We're going to hit a dead end. So unifying it in a setting like this, you know, I can even speak on our group chat that I have with the artists. Everybody's so excited. And like I said, nobody even knows each other. Everybody's excited. They're talking to each other. You know, they get to know one another. They're like, hey, I need a musician for this. Well, my musician can play for you, and this and that. So everybody's they're already setting the tone and the atmosphere for the unity that's going to take place that night. And so I'm excited about it. I like to see people learning one another. And when we come together next week, I mean, God's going to move mightily. And so that's my whole purpose of it. And so this won't be the last, you know. We plan on taking this city to city, you know, and allowing other artists to experience the unity in the body of Christ that we're supposed to be experiencing.
Man, that's going to be a great outlook, because you got to have vision. If anything, whatever you are trying to do in life, either 9 to 5, entrepreneur, whatever it is, you got to have vision. You got to see yourself doing better in order for you to even be better. Because as you build yourself and continue to improve yourself, people are going to take notice, and that's when the floodgates are going to open for you as an artist. As you're pushing yourself to be the best version of you, tomorrow will be the best yet to come, because if you ain't doing anything to put yourself in a better place, then who's going to spend the resources on you? I mean, it's really once you invest in yourself. And I really like this episode, I Am Refocused podcast. All the artists that's going to be at this event, this is like a little sneak preview of what's going to happen. Because once we're there, I'm also give everyone an opportunity to have a quick interview, because Miss Pamela gave y'all the hookup. So if you're listening to this episode, this is breaking news. Get excited, go crazy, get wild, because this is your opportunity to not just take what you heard today, but to really think about what it is you want to ask and what you want to talk about in your interview, because everyone has the opportunity to do great things, but it's up to you. No one can make you do anything. Like you seriously got to get yourself in that mindset. So for you, Pamela, let's do a little quick interview on you, man. You're a music artist, you know. I'm gonna put you on the spot. That's what happens in radio, man. You're gonna be on the hot seat. You, as a music artist, I can tell you're passionate about what you do, because everything since day one. Shout out to Josh Hurt, man, because he introduced me to you. But you came with the fire. I mean, I was on vacation in DC, and you know, hit me up, and you was ready to go. All business, presentation on point, got the flyer, got the bio, got all this stuff. So you as an artist, man, what inspires you to be creative? What inspires you to do what you do with your ministry?
People inspire me. You know, having a love for people, having a heart for people. I love God, and so, you know, I'm driven by my love for people. And, you know, I even tell, you know, like my artists, you know, your personality makes a difference. How you interact with people makes a difference. You can't be standoffish. You can't be secluded and expect to get yourself out there. But I love people, and so that inspires me to be creative. You know, I have my unique churchy style, and so, you know, sometimes I'm like, I don't like it. I don't want to, you know, but I flow in that, you know, easily, and so I stay there. And so that the people, my love for God, my love for ministry, my love for growth, and I don't just focus on one age group, you know, or one gender. You know, I'm here for everybody, for the young people, for the middle age, for the youth, for the old people, older saints, and older people. So I just that's what inspires me to keep moving. You know, and sometimes when I'm discouraged, you know, people say, "Hey, I got your song. I enjoyed your song." You know, the other day I thought my song was kind of dying out a little bit. Somebody else posted it, "Hey, your song got me going this morning." So that inspires me to keep going and keep pushing. And, you know, events like this, it inspires me, just bringing people together, allowing people to see that somebody is looking out, like I said, looking out for them, or looking out and not being like, well, no, I don't like you. I don't want this. I don't want that. So that's what inspires me. People inspire me, and my love for God inspires me to continue to push and continue to minister the word and song.
And I'll just say you're bringing the fire before the event even drops. So if you're a music artist and you listen to this episode, man, or you just love music and you love gospel music, you want to mark your calendar. June 22nd, 5 p.m., Faith Community, San Antonio is going down. So, man, you're already on the pro side, man. You're killing it on this marketing. You're killing it. Like, this is gonna be dope. Josh Hurt, shout out to you again. I'm gonna keep saying that because he really set the tone. He introduced me to you and said, "Hey, you're good people. Y'all should really link up." Boom, kaboom, kaboom. I mean, if you don't understand what it is to network, then you really won't ever get to that next level, because networking is really just being around like-minded people, being around people who are motivated, inspired, who have good intentions to do something with the platform. Because really, that's what it is. We all have a platform, whether it's a brand, whether it's a ministry. You know, it don't matter if you're McDonald's or hot fries. Well, guess what? People are going to be hungry and they want to eat. So it's all about presentation. It's all about being warm and being smart. You don't have to be the one that lays on your back and let everybody walk on you, wipe their feet on you like a rug. But you still got to be humble enough to where people can approach you so that they can get used to your brand, because you are the brand. When you're walking around, you are the brand. Like, you are 24/7 representing who you are. And like you said, I'm not gonna hog the mic, I promise. But like you said, like you said earlier on this episode, you talked about you were at a point where you felt that but that your song was fading out, like it was losing fire, and then someone just hits you up and says, "Hey, your song brought me through this." Well, guess what? That's why songs are made. They're made to connect people. They're made to inspire people. They are what allows people to get through hard times. And as music artists, y'all have the gift that really brings people together. Y'all have the gift that really ignites people and brings that flame again for people, for them to bring that passion back into your life, to bring that clarity back into your life. So I'm going to ask you, Pamela, this is all about I Am Refocused podcast. So when it comes to you and what you're doing in the community and what you're doing for these artists, how do you keep yourself focused with that clarity? I know God is number one, but for that person listening right now, this is your opportunity. How you keep yourself balanced, focused, whatever you want to call it.
It's really a task. I don't even, honestly, I can't even give a clear answer of how I do it. You just have to keep the drive going, even when you don't feel like doing it. When I don't feel like writing a song, I still make myself do it. I sit down and I just write just a little bit. You know, it may not make sense right then and there, but that's how you stay focused and you stay motivated, you know, and, you know, you can listen to some of the songs that you've done before, you know, or some of the material that you have. It doesn't just have to be a song, anything that you have. You can look at books that you've written that you haven't gotten out. You can look at projects that you started that you didn't finish, and look over those things and see what you can tweak and make better, and that'll spark something in you and motivate you to keep going and stay balanced. You know, you stay balanced by just doing a little bit at a time. I realize I can't do it all at one time. May not be able to write a song all at one time. Some days songs come in 30 minutes. The other days songs may get pieced together between a whole week or a whole month. You know, but you got to stay driven. You know, you got to keep feeding your mind, body, and spirit that thing that you call a passion. Otherwise, it'll die. And so that's how I stay balanced all day, every day, from the time that I'm waking up. That I wake up, I'm on my 40-minute drive to work. I cut on music, I listen to it, or I cut on my word and I listen to it, and I'm thinking all throughout the day, not aimlessly living, but I'm thinking and I'm pushing, you know, and even with events like this, you know, it's motivation to keep going. To, you know, when you see that people are encouraged by what you do and people are uplifted by what you do and people love what you do, that's motivation in itself. So even when I don't feel like it, somebody else that's blessed by what I do, it's returned back to me. So that's motivation right there. And so it's a healthy balance. You know, you going back and forth instead of you always, you know, expecting it to come to you, you know, the love and the support when you giving out. And that's what I'm doing with this event. I'm giving out. I even have a raffle that I'm doing. It's $15 tickets, but you have a chance to win $500 cash. You know, it's not an iPod. It's not a Apple Watch or anything like that, AirPods, whatever you call those things. You get to use, it's $500. You can pay a car note, you can pay a couple bills in your house. And so it's giving back. And then also I have a second prize that I'm going to buy all the artist CDs and I'm going to package it. And I have a media package, and whoever wins that package is going to get a copy of all the artist CDs who bring them that night. So that's giving their music out for free to somebody who entered into the raffle. And so it's all about getting out there. You know, they're allowed to sell their music. So it's not a one-way street. It's reciprocating. When you create that balance, you're able to survive and keep going.
Man, so let's get to the homework real quick, because I know the listeners are burning right now saying, hey, we want some more details. So first and foremost, all San Antonio, no excuses. We have this episode. It's coming out Friday. It's perfect time for y'all to get your stuff in order to find out if you can make it or not, because it's June 22nd, 5 p.m. And once again, when it comes to the public coming, is it free event and no need to RSVP? They can just show up?
Yep, just show up. It's free to the public.
And what's the address again for the church?
It's 225 Connolly Street.
Perfect. And that's San Antonio, Texas.
Correct.
Man, you got it. So, man, that that is pretty good, because that means if you're a music artist, don't be salty because you're not performing, man. You can come out here and you can network. Like
That's right.
It's opportunity for you to get out, and it's definitely just show love in San Antonio, because San Antonio is a very unique place, and I think it's a very special place. We all know as military city, but there's also a lot of talent scattered all around the city, and the more people that we can get together, I mean, you have the perfect worshipers united. So let's all come united with the same thing on our mind, and that is be there for one another, man, because that's what it's all about. So when it comes to the artists, once again, the artists that are going to be there performing, they're going to have a little panel where people will be talking, radio, podcasts, giving them a little scoop of their perspective, how they have experienced the music industry and seen artists grow. I'll give you all a little teaser on this episode, exclusive drop. When it comes to you being an artist, I mean, I've interviewed, and you know what? Just breaking news. I'm also put this on my other podcast show, Keep Grinding, because it fits it perfectly as far as the message. You as an artist, man, I've interviewed a lot of artists from country to R&B to hip hop, whatever, gospel, in the same thread, the exact same thread I hear from every single person, even from business owners. You have to keep going, because the moment you stop, the moment you hesitate, it's the moment you start to fade. So if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like your songs are just not making, noise that you wish it would make as far as exposure or whatever, you just got to keep one thing in mind. You are in control. You have to be the one that gets up every day and say, I'm going to do this. This is my passion. This is what I've been wanting to do my whole life. So you as an artist, this is my direct message to you listening right now. Perfect example once again. Look at Pamela. She's out here grinding, putting on this event, getting people together. This takes work, man. Like, let's be real. This is not easy. She didn't just think about this and then poof, she has this interview on the show. This takes work. It's work ethic, it's dedication, it's commitment, and it's consistency. And as long as you have that passion behind all of that, you're going to be just fine. So that's my little teaser, man, because I can talk for hours, and I don't want to keep you too long, because I know you're still busy getting things organized and ready for this event. But before we let you go, once again, give the address for that person listening right now. It's like, hey, give me that one more time, because I wasn't paying attention earlier. So what's the address one more time for this event?
The address is Faith Community, San Antonio, 225 Connolly Street. And I also want to give a shout out to the pastors really quick. Pastor Jesse and Crystal Hamilton. What we're really doing in my event is tied into their relaunch weekend. They're relaunching their ministry under new leadership this weekend. And so Saturday night is the worship night, and Sunday is the actual service at 3 p.m. But they've opened up their ministry to us in order for us to use it and merge with them for their big extravagant weekend. But yes, it's 225 Connolly Street in San Antonio.
I mean, that's the place y'all want to be, because I'm telling you, man, if you're gonna be boring and sit on the sidelines, well, maybe you might want to catch the highlights when it's posted on social media, because I got a feeling this event is going to be off the chain. It's you said before earlier in the show that this is definitely not going to be the last. This is probably the start of a spark. Hopefully sparks a lot of people in San Antonio to get involved and just support one another. Like, I can't say that enough. We have too much talent to be kind of sit on the sidelines, taking turns just going on the court. How about we get actually enough people on the court and run some plays? But yeah, he called me the metaphor guy. But on a serious note, man, what message would you tell the artists, One more time, man. You gotta make sure you text this link to Josh Hurt, because I'm gonna give him another big shout out, Josh Hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Crazy Amazing. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you just gotta listen to his music, because you make that connection. So yeah, big shout out to Josh Hurt, man, because it takes like-minded people. Like I said, I can't say that enough. You gotta be around positive people who are not just positive and not doing nothing.
That's right.
I'm not about a preacher, because I'm not a preacher, but you can't just be around dead weight. You really got to be with people who are willing to take risks and action on doing things that will build up people and be a platform. Because if you're a platform, guess what? You're adding value. That's what platform is. Platform is not about me. It's not about ego. It's not about number one, blah, blah, blah. It's really about how many people can you help by serving. That's right. That's what business is. Business is service. You serve. Right. You give people quality that makes them come back, because you are enhancing their life. You're not draining your life. So here's another message to every artist out there who's on their grind. If you feel like someone's draining you, this is just confirmation that it's time to let go, because you can't survive doing anything in life if you only be around people who drain you. So this is your confirmation. Maybe it's time for you to get to this event. You see how I did that segue? Maybe it's your opportunity right now. If you've been in a dry spell, maybe you need a refresh. Well, guess what? There's something going down June 22nd that I think you do not want to miss. And Pamela, one more time, you got to brand it in the brain. Where is the address?
225 Connolly Street, San Antonio, Texas.
Boom, it is going down. Man, it is going down. It's going to be the best thing that has happened in a while in San Antonio, because I think it's a timely event. I mean, just look at the lineup. Look at the lineup. And if y'all don't know, guess what? It's going to be in the description. And I'm going to have the flyer as the actual cover art of this episode. So you're not going to get lost. I promise you. If you're looking for the path, you're looking for opportunity to network and be around good people, this event is what you want to be at. So big shout out to pastors, Jesse and Crystal Hamilton. I'm happy that they are doing something really good for the community, because the city of San Antonio, like I said, it's a unique city, but it's a great city. And Pamela Ratliff, I want to thank you taking time out of your busy schedule to be on this podcast. Like I said, it's going to be on iHeart, Spotify, iTunes, but man, it's going to be on Keep Grinding and Iron Refocus podcast show, because I think it needs to be double exposure, because, man, I almost ran out of breath. Because I'm excited, and the reason why I'm excited is because I appreciate when people are doing stuff that's really positive for the community, because that's what it's about. It's about people doing something special that gets people excited and ignited for greatness and for going the next level. So I promise you, I'm not gonna hold the mic. So on this last few moments on this podcast show, give people what you want to say, man. The floor is yours. I'm going to let you wrap it up.
I just want, all artists to be, to don't lose your fire, don't lose your passion. Keep at it, keep going, keep grinding, keep talking to people. Don't close yourself off, open up, and network. That's my biggest thing. Network, talk to people. Don't be afraid of what somebody might say or what they might think. I'd rather you get a no than miss an opportunity for you to actually say yes. So open your mouth, talk to somebody, get to know, what you're into, the music industry. Don't just, get it to release a song and waste it, spend all that money to produce a song and then not do anything after. Do follow-ups. When you do your interviews, do follow-ups. When you release your music, do follow-ups, Get yourself out there, expand. Social media is the gateway to exposure. That's all you need to post. I tell everybody, if you're an artist, why your page is only geared towards your friends. Nobody's going to see anything that your friends share. Make your stuff public. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever social media site you're on. Open your pages up so that you can be found, so that you can be discovered. And it's not about being signed to a label Just put the work in. You know, you don't have to go through to the studios that charge you $150 an hour. There's ways around things to get you very good product that somebody will listen to. You know, and only way you're going to do that is by opening your mouth and talking to people. Smile, hug. When people come to me and say, I enjoyed you, I ask them immediately, what's your name? Thank you so much. I connect with them. Are we connected on Facebook? I'm not just going to allow you to follow me. I'm going to follow you too. So it's about being personable, about being open, about being loving. And so that's my golden nugget to everybody. And I want to open up this artist hour to all the artists in San Antonio, Killeen, Austin, Waco, Dallas, Houston. That's where we have artists coming from. I want to open the seminar to everybody because everybody needs these connections. So any artist out there hungry for knowledge, hungry for networking, hungry for just getting out there, come on and meet us and we'll get with you. And like I said, this won't be the last. We're going city to city. We're going to make this thing a tour. So let's get ready to work.
Man, if y'all ain't got fired up, man. I mean, I was an artist, man. I make beats and stuff, and I do talk shows. But, you know, I'm telling you, I'm kind of jealous of y'all, man, because y'all have the ability to sing and rap. And I hope y'all understand how amazing that is, man. I mean, seriously, on a serious note, when you have the ability to present a message through music, that's something special. Because like I said earlier in the episode, I promise y'all, this plane will land. Like, we're not going to be here for another 40 minutes. But I have to say this. When you really put yourself in that listener's shoes, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are listening. They are hungry for something. And all y'all in San Antonio that are singing, whether you're in church or whatever, know that what you're doing matters. If no one's ever told you that, man, hello, I just said it. What you do matters. Why? Because what you're doing, God put it inside you. And if he put it inside you himself, then guess what? It's bulletproof.
That's
man,
right.
I told you I ain't gonna preach, man, but I'm just.
Nah, you good. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. I mean, because there's a lot of artists out there who want to do great, but they feel like, man, this ain't worth it. Well, you listen to this episode, you have nothing better to do but go to the Worshipers United. It is June 22nd. And what's the address one more time?
225 Connolly Street.
And that's Faith Community San Antonio. You're going to help assist them as well with their relaunch. And that's going to be a nice opportunity for you as well to relaunch yourself, whether it's a connection back to God, building your faith back up, putting yourself around better people, like-minded people. Well, guess what? You want that change in your life, or you just want that change in your whole experience in the music industry. I highly suggest you share this episode with 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Maybe just post it on your Facebook wall, you know, just kind of share it, because it takes action, man. It takes action. It takes motivation. And if you are going to go to sleep, guess what? Don't be mad. People go to sleep too. You got to be passionate about what you do. And I don't know, but I feel like Pamela came with that fire on this interview. I think she's been doing this for a while. Like, I think she's been holding out on y'all. Like, I think she really need to have a podcast show. So if y'all want some more information on that, I have to wrap up this episode, but make sure you come June 22nd. If you're an artist and you want to learn to be a talk show host, man, I'm going to give you some secret sauce that you can apply, and you can really do this podcast for some income. And if you don't know that, you need to come to this event June 22nd, because when I grab the mic, I'm going to tell you, you can do anything with your voice. Because your voice matters, and matters to the community, because the community needs you. You got dreams that can lead this community in better places, and you got God on your side. So you really ain't got nothing to worry about when you know you have that. Because if you can have that and nothing in your bank account, you still got value. Like I said, I ain't trying to preach, man. But I'm going to wrap it up. I'm gonna wrap it up, man. Big shout out once again. This would never have happened if Josh Hurt did not text me about Pamela. And once again, shout out to you, Pamela. Shout out to the pastors one more time, because the best is saved for last, and that is Pastor Jesse and Crystal Hamilton. I'm gonna say that one more time because I know it's important, because I know they do a lot. Pastors Jesse and Crystal Hamilton, thank you both so much for allowing this to happen, because without you, we wouldn't be doing this episode. Let's be real. So once again, Pamela, one more time, anything you want to share with the audience before we wrap up, for real?
Nope, that's it. That's all I have to share. I have more next week to share, but I'm excited, and I hope to see. I hope that building is packed out from start to finish. Do not leave. You're going to be blessed. Trust me.
So, man, y'all, I know y'all had your seatbelts on the whole time on this episode, but you can take them off and go back to your life, because I want y'all to get some rest, because on June 22nd, are the doors opening at 5 sharp or just before for the general audience? They can come in. They can start coming in at 4:30. At 4:30. So there you go. I got y'all covered. I got all the details, exclusives. You have no excuses. Don't break no rules. Let's all be real. Let's all be professional, and let's all care for each other and have a good time. And number one, like I say on every episode, keep God first, stay focused, and peace.